Hello everyone, we welcome you to this session. This session is a part of the series Udyamita Ki Or, an initiative by National Center for Innovations in Distance Education, IGNOU. The fortnightly series of teleconferencing sessions, Udyamita Ki Or, is a program which brings to you entrepreneurial opportunities in specific subject areas or sectors. Experts from various sectors are invited and provide the viewers information about the existing innovations and startups in a particular area, possible entrepreneurial opportunities, and funding opportunities available in that area. The session is held on 2nd and 4th Wednesday every month from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. So far, we have had sessions on innovation and entrepreneurship opportunities in allied biological sciences, poultry sector, waste management, food processing, disability, and health sector. In today's session, which is the 8th episode of the series, we will discuss the opportunities for startups in tourism sector. We have with us two eminent experts, Professor Udyamita Suklabaidya. She is professor in tourism management and presently serving as the director of the School of Tourism and Hospitality Services Management, SOTHSM, IGNOU. She has more than 20 years of teaching experience in the field, and her areas of interest include food tourism, tourism marketing, special interest tourism, rural tourism, heritage tourism, event management, cruises, and crisis management in tourism. She has been actively involved in many initiatives in the area. We welcome you, Professor Udyamita.
Thank you, Dr. Sujata.
We also have with us Dr. O.P. Sharma, Director, NCIDE, IGNOU. Dr. Sharma is an expert in the area of innovation and startups and has been supporting students from NCIDE. We welcome you, Dr. Sharma.
Thank you.
We are pleased to have you with us in this session. In the bustling world of travel and exploration, entrepreneurs who possess a unique blend of vision, innovation, and business acumen are taking initiatives to create and manage ventures that shape the experience of travelers. They are individuals with a passion for travel and a knack for business. It is believed entrepreneurship is the key to develop the new ideas, create new markets, and establish new businesses to supply the rapidly changing demand of the consumers in tourism industry and to simplify the new idea of development. Entrepreneurship in tourism sector involves identifying opportunities and developing innovative ideas to meet the needs and desires of travelers. It can be thought of as weaving together the threads of adventure, hospitality, and entrepreneurship to craft unique experiences for the users and travelers. There are many areas such as accommodation and hospitality, food and beverage, adventure and outdoor recreation, cultural and heritage tourism, ecotourism, and specialized and niche tourism that caters to specific interests, hobbies, or target markets within the tourism industry. To start the discussion, I would request Professor Udyamita to please tell us about the concept of entrepreneurship in tourism industry.
Thank you, Dr. Sujata. You gave a very you gave an introduction to the tourism and hospitality industry, which is all encompassing. You have said actually most of the things that are available in the tourism industry and how people have been working in these areas to develop new ventures and innovation. When we speak about entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs in tourism, we talk about people who are providing services to the travelers who are traveling to different destinations. And after COVID, we are also talking about people who are going for stay vacation, staycation that we have, where they do not actually explore a destination, but they stay in one place to relax and have a slow tourism experience. So tourism and hospitality are such sectors, such industry, which gives us ample scope and opportunity to come up with new and innovative ideas for activities of the travelers. When we speak of entrepreneur, as you understand, entrepreneur is somebody who has identified a gap, a need in the market. The entrepreneur has understood that this is what is required in the tourism market, and we have a scope of developing something new here. So in the case of an entrepreneur in tourism, I can honestly say that that person is somebody who has two aspects in him or her. First, he or she has the capacity to understand what is needed, what the tourists are asking for, and create that product. And secondly, they have the risk taking ability. Being an entrepreneur also means taking a calculated risk that this is something which will work, this is something which will need a lot of passion, investment of time and money, but they are willing to take the risk. So if you allow me, let me give you an example of this. Mostly we say that tourism or any other places, we see that the product is created only to fill up a gap, right? Like we need clothing, so there are different brands of clothing to breach that gap of need of clothing. But tourism is one place, or hospitality is one area in which we see that many a times a product is created and then people realize that, okay, this is something that we can work with. I'll give you an example of Disney World, right? Before, we never had the concept of theme parks. People were going for circus, right? And then Disney World came, and it was such an investment, and it was a risk because we really didn't know if people will go for it. But the way it was promoted, the way it was created, it is now one of the most visited places in the world. So in the case of tourism, this is some very unique part of tourism and hospitality in which we can actually create a product and then create the demand for it. In other places, we always have a demand and then we create a product. There is also another example. You were talking of bungee jumping. So in the case of bungee jumping, it is not something that people were asking for, right? Everybody wanted a thrill. They wanted some thrilling experience. But who thought that hanging upside down is going to give them the thrill? So bungee jumping is also another activity, an adventure sport, which has now been very, very popular with the young generation. They have got many versions of bungee jumping. So the one thing that makes tourism different, the entrepreneurship in tourism different from rest of the world on rest of the product and services is, in this case, you can actually create a product and then create a demand for it. Not always the gap which fills it up. So that is something very unique about tourism and entrepreneurship in tourism.
Professor Paramita, there is also small confusion. People always confuse tourism and hotel management with hospitality and all. So what is the actual meaning of the two terms?
Yes, that is a very interesting thing to say. We use these terms hotel management and hospitality interchangeably. And we also use the terms travel and tourism together or interchangeably. So in this, we have to understand that they are two very different terms. Hospitality is a bigger umbrella. In hospitality includes hotels, motels, events, even some aspects of tourism. All of it comes in hospitality. जैसे हम बोलते हैं हिंदी में आतिथ्य. So it is hospitality is when somebody comes and you offer your services, be a hospitable host to the guest. So that is hospitality. In the case of hotel management, it is one aspect of hospitality. It is not the broader term. Similarly, travel is the way of traveling. A traveler is somebody, आप और मैं commute करते हैं daily office में. We are also in some ways travelers. People travel for job, so that is also traveling. And tourism is when you go there for the purpose of visiting as a tourist. So travel and tourism are similar but not interchangeably used, though we do it. And similarly, hospitality is a bigger umbrella and hotel management is one part of it. So tourism and hotel management at times are referred to similarly in the terms of hospitality. And when we see in the field of entrepreneurship also, there is a lot of overlapping in all of them. Like I would like to give you the example of rural tourism here. You have been talking about the various areas in which tourism activities are being taken up. Rural tourism is one aspect in which Government of India is also investing a lot, and Ministry of Tourism is also promoting it in a big way. and it is also benefiting the local community, rural tourism, which has to be done in the rural areas. So in the case of rural tourism, if somebody travels from the city to a rural area to participate in the activities of the rural spot, destination that it offers, the person needs to stay somewhere, right? So homestays come, some guest houses in the rural areas come. So in this way, the accommodation sector comes in terms with the activities that you do. And since accommodation is one of the main ingredient or one of the main component of tourism, so hotel management and tourism also interlink somewhere, and they come under the bigger umbrella of hospitality. So when we talk about entrepreneurship in tourism, we are actually talking about entrepreneurship in tourism and hospitality. There will be some overlapping somewhere because both of them needs to work side by side, and that's how we will promote it.
So, what are the main areas where startup opportunities exist for entrepreneurs? And
Yes. See, this is very interesting. When we say that there are opportunities for entrepreneurship in tourism or in the hospitality or hotel management, the first thing people think is, acha, tourism, travel agent, acha, tourism, tour packages, right? At the most, they will think of aviation, and they will probably think, acha, ticketing ho jayega, ya, ground operator hoga, flight mein honge, aise. Like, these are the broader areas people think of. उसी तरीके से when you talk about hotel management, people think of, okay, hotel management, hotels, motels, that is the thing. But when we talk about entrepreneurship and tourism, we need to understand there are actually 2-3 areas which we can separate. Like, there are first the core areas of tourism, right? The core areas of tourism would be travel agents, tour operators, right? Hotels, motels. Then there we have many guest houses that will cater to the backpackers. These are the core areas. Then if you're traveling, you cannot carry your food with you for 10 days. You need to buy your food somewhere. So that is also one of the core areas of tourism. It can be a restaurant, it can be food service dhaba or something. Another important thing is the transportation. That is also one of the core areas in which we need to see entrepreneurs. But these are the core areas, and we can actually call them conventional areas that are related to tourism services. So these, other than these conventional areas, we also have other areas which can be known as the supporting areas of tourism. Like, for example, if I'm coming up with a hotel somewhere, I will need somebody to come and do the decoration for the hotel, interiors for the hotel. That is a subsidiary, right? For that purpose, we need a subsidiary person to do it. And if I am going for a tour operations, and in that place I need some medical services, so I may need some translators. I talk about medical services in the terms of medical tourism. So that is also a subsidiary or a supporting part of medical tourism. If somebody is traveling and they cannot speak the local language, they need a translator. So that is also not a conventional tourism related area, unconventional tourism related area, but we need the support of all these people to do our job. For example, if somebody is traveling to Kerala for Ayurvedic treatment, so we will say that the person is traveling to Ayurveda center, so that is a conventional tourism related area, this Ayurveda center and the people who are doing the services of providing the treatment. But at the same time, there are the other subsidiary as well. We first have the conventional areas, then we have the unconventional areas. Unconventional area in the time of Ayurveda would be the spa where the Ayurveda treatment is being given. And subsidiary will be the person who is supplying the oils for the Ayurveda treatment, the person who is supplying the herbs for the Ayurveda treatment. So when we talk about entrepreneurship in tourism and hospitality, we can actually look at it for 3 parts. First will be the conventional area, where we have the conventional travel agent, tour operators, hotels, and say you are traveling somewhere and there is a theme park, so the theme park management is also there. If you are going for a camel ride or something, that is also a part of the conventional thing. Then we have the unconventional related part of it. Unconventional would be things who are closely related to tourism but not actually from the tourism. If you have a hotel which also has a restaurant, it will not say that I will serve food only to the tourist. It will serve food both to the tourist and the locals. So that is an unconventional area of tourism enterprise, right? Similarly, if there is a person who is offering you, say, souvenirs for the tourist, and as a local, if I go and ask for a souvenir, obviously I can buy it. So we call it unconventional tourism enterprises because they are related to tourism but not entirely dependent on tourism. And the third area that we talk about in tourism entrepreneurship would be the subsidiaries. In this case, the subsidiary, as I told you in the case of this Ayurveda center, will be the person who is providing the herbs, the person who is giving you the oil, right? They are the one who are the unconventional one. Let me also give you the example of a photographer. You are probably aware that these days everybody wants to go for a pre-wedding shoot, right? So the pre-wedding shoot is always a destination they have chosen, or probably a special place that they have chosen which is special to them. So who do they carry with them or take with them for this shoot? A photographer. So the photographer is actually a subsidiary. He is not actually a part of the travel and tourism industry, but there are photographers who specialize only for the travel segment. This is one person who will go only for the pre-wedding shoot to different destinations, and when this photographer goes for this pre-wedding shoots, he or she will also take with them a whole retinue of makeup artists, lighting people, other people who will help this person to create a photo shoot. Similarly, there is a concept of photographic tours these days. Like, all of us would like to capture beautiful memories on the camera. So now travel industry has come up with special packages which deal only with these photographs. You have photographic journey, and you will have a photographic journey of a spice market in Istanbul, and you have a photographic journey of a spice market in our own very own Chandni Chowk in New Delhi. So in that case also, photographer or the person who is giving you the tips to make the perfect frame and create the perfect photograph, he or she is also a very integral part of the whole package. So we can say that this is also a very interesting subsidiary part of tourism entrepreneurship, in which nowadays the tour organizers are providing the photographers on their own. At the same time, have you heard of the term birding?
No.
Birding is where you go and watch the birds. You
Okay.
find out the different types of birds that are visiting a place. Like, we have the Okhla bird sanctuary in Delhi. Similarly, Bharatpur is there. So many such bird sanctuaries are there, and there are very enthusiastic bird watchers. So they come in a group and they come for this bird watching, which is also known as birding. And their prime aim is not just to watch the bird, capture the bird in a photo frame, and for that purpose you also need somebody who is able to identify the birds. An expert is also needed. So wildlife specialist also goes with them to give them support wherever they need to identify the bird in question. And since these are the people who are enthusiasts for birding, they need a specialized guide. So this is also a subsidiary part of the tourism activities, tourism entrepreneurship. So we have many such areas which are interlinked with tourism, and we can honestly say that tourism has three main areas of entrepreneurship: core, unconventional, and the subsidiary. And there are many such gaps in between where people can start their ventures.
So it was nice information. Please tell us something about various startup and innovative initiatives existing in the tourism sector. It would be better if you could highlight some of the successful initiatives.
Okay. There are many such innovations and practices that are happening. I consider theme parks to be one such innovation that has happened. Other than that, as I told you about this people who are resource persons and experts, and I would also like to give you some examples from the technological field, that is how infrastructure and aside, we are also using the AI and other digital media to promote tourism, and there are certain very important successful stories for us. One such platform is obviously Make My Trip. Right? We have the concept of online travel agents, that is commonly referred to as OTAs in tourism. So, Make My Trip, Ease My Trip, Trivago, Booking.com, all of them have filled up this gap in which you just sit at home, take the app in the phone, and book the tickets. So, we will consider them as successful innovations and practices. Till they came into the picture, we have not been able to understand that how easy it would be for us to book tickets just sitting at home. And also, this is a very important way of analyzing how innovation has helped us, technology has helped us in coming up with new enterprises. Let me also give you the example of TripAdvisor. This is very interesting since when this first came up, it was very popular with the tourist. The TripAdvisor is a feedback form. In this feedback forum, after travel to a hotel or a destination, a person comes back and gives their feedback and gives a rating. So, as a new traveler to a new destination, you can always check the feedbacks on a TripAdvisor portal and find out the hotel you have chosen, how many stars these hotels have received, the destination you are going, what all you can visit there in that destination. And TripAdvisor as a portal became very popular, and at that point of time it was the must for anybody who was going for a tour. It is only later that now we also hear that there are some fake reports as well. The competition has done that to the platform, but nevertheless it still remains one of the popular feedback stations of people. And recently I have also seen and used a app called Redbus. This is also I would consider this also innovative product which has been very useful for all the tourism people. Redbus is a agency in which they have put together all the Volvo buses, and you can book your tickets just on the app. And sitting at home, you can actually book tickets on various buses across the country. So, sitting in Delhi, I can book myself a bus from Bangalore to any other place by just saying that, okay, I'm reaching Bangalore on so and so date, and I need to take a bus from there and move forward. So, this is something which is very useful for a traveler. And these are some success stories that I'm talking about, big platform, right? On a smaller case, we can say that there are success stories in our own country. There are so many success stories. One that really stands out for me is travel operation company, travel agent and operator, tour operator, popularly known as Planet Abled. And Planet Abled is something which is very unique, and it is an organization which has also received awards from the Ministry of Tourism. As you were talking that you had a session on disability some time back. So the speciality of Planet Abled is it is a travel agency or a tour operation company which helps people with disability to travel flawlessly without any problem. It so happens that the founder of this organization, that is Miss Neha Arora, it seems that her parents are both disabled, and due to this, throughout her life, she could not visit any place. And the whole childhood, they could not go on a vacation, since most of the destinations and most of the facilities are not disabled friendly. And due to this, it has given a big thought to her, I guess. Somewhere it has stayed with her. And due to this, she has come up with this Planet Abled to help the disabled people travel. I have a few interesting things about Neha Arora, and I would like to share them with you. It seems that Planet Abled, which was awarded by Ministry of Tourism as the best initiative, was not the first initiative that she started. She started her ventures in 2006, wherein she was leading some publication in her college as an engineering student. Then in 2008, she worked with some company. Then she started during that time only, she had the urge to become an entrepreneur. She invested in a company of virtual calling and she lost money. She went broke. So that was the first venture she tried in 2008. In 2009, she started another venture of some blog called against anti-corruption. That venture also failed due to the lack of funding. Then in 2010, she started another venture on online library, and that venture also failed because it was on rent that people had to take book, but the venture did not pan out so well. So in 2010, she had another failure. In 2011, she started a chain of tea cafes, and due to some problem with the partners, it closed in one day and she went bankrupt. She went back to working and earning money, and this time she started working in the sales department even though she was an engineering student. The reason being, she realized that sales is her weak point. She developed her sales skills, and in 2013 she started an innerwear company, and side by side this seed of starting Planet Abled also generated in her, and she started working on that side by side in 2013-14. And in 2015 she left job and worked passionately and developed Planet Abled, which was launched on 1st of January 2016. The reason I'm giving such a background on this lady is that we have to understand as an entrepreneur that our first venture may not work out. We may not get the success that we want in the first venture itself. So she did not give up. She kept on continuing, trying, and eventually she found the passion which has built her up. And the best part that I like about this venture of Planet Abled is she was not dealt a very good hand, as she could not go on a vacation, but instead of cribbing about it, she made something good out of it. She created a venture that, unlike her, the next generation will be able to travel. People with disability will get a chance to travel. So based on that, I can actually say that even if you are given some problems, you can actually come up with solutions which are better suited. And I believe this is one of the best success stories that we have heard in recent times.
Thank you, Professor Paramita. So, before we take a short break, after the break, we will come back to Dr. Sharma and we will know from him how, when you have an idea and you want to start a startup, you have learned about failures, how to get going. So, we will take a short break and we will be back after the break.
Do you wish to be part of a television studio like this, or any other media system, or already part of any media system, want to enhance a new set of skills? Welcome to School of Journalism and New Media Studies. Here in the School of Journalism and New Media Studies, we are offering program for all set of people to learn and enhance their media skills. The vision of School of Journalism and New Media Studies is to generate a new set of professionals in the area of media and communication studies with understanding about role of media in the national development and global understanding. We offer innovative programs in the field of journalism and mass communication that sets the benchmark of high quality learning and teaching process at the national level. We offer these programs across the country with the help of our regional network as well as study center. Same manner, many of our programs are offered through online mode with a sophisticated learning management system. SOGNMS offers programs from PhD in journalism and mass communication till certificate level. We have masters in journalism and mass communication. The eligibility is a bachelor's degree, and we are introducing this program in 3 languages: Hindi, Tamil and English. Students from national and international students can join either through online mode as well as in a distance mode. We have 4 postgraduate diploma programs, specialized areas in the field of development communication, digital media, electronic media, and journalism and mass communication program. And all these 4 programs are available in distance mode. 2 programs are available in online mode, development communication and digital media. And we have specialized certificate program in community radio. IGNOU employs various media and communication tools for better teaching and learning process. School of Journalism and New Media Studies utilizes this media system for delivering all our programs. Come and join with us for exploring a new career and enhance your media skills.
We welcome you back to this session. So, Dr. Sharma, please tell us कि अगर किसी स्टूडेंट के पास एक आइडिया है, उसको एक गैप एरिया नज़र आ रहा है, वो कैसे उसको नर्चर करे और एक स्टार्टअप तक लेकर जाए, और उसके सक्सेसफुल होने के क्या चीज़ें हैं जो उसको ध्यान में रखनी चाहिए कि सो दैट द स्टार्टअप इज सक्सेसफुल इनिशिएटिव.
Dr. Sujata, Professor Paramita has talked about core aspects of the tourism sector and some subsidiary aspects also. And in different areas, in different places, there are opportunities for tourism, and then people go there. There are some well-known areas and some are the unexplored areas also. One thing is what are the different gap areas in those, why people are not going, if people are going to certain areas, what kind of other services, what kind of other things they would like to explore. For example, she had highlighted about the activities, different kind of activities. Basically they encourage the tourism because there are certain areas, certain places in country as well as in world where people would like to go, but the people are not going only for visiting those areas. In fact, nowadays many other things are being added in that, what she has highlighted as a subsidiary activities, also some activities to be performed there, because in many places those activities are encouraging the tourist to come to that place. That activity may be thrilling activity, some kind of adventurous activity, some kind of the activities to just visit that area. For example, rural tourism, there are places where in villages people are now willing to go and then stay there. They want to have a feel of that area, what kind of those people who are living in the villages, what kind of life they are living, what are the different culture, different foods and different other things which we are living with. So those all things they would like to explore those. So first thing is to identify those all possible gap areas and also the possibilities of new things to be done. These are the basic things that should be done, not only in tourism but in any area. After that, when you identify those areas of innovation or the need of the people or the something which new could be done there and which people would like to love that, would like to visit those areas, I think that is the next step. Then what kind of activities could be done with that? So those activities could be identified, and then what kind of new developments one would like to do. For example, if some activity is to be planned, what kind of facilities, what kind of infrastructure, what kind of other support system has to be developed. If you are able to develop that support system, those facilities which people would like to feel and experience, and then next thing would be to see what is there in mind, what they actually want, and accordingly you modify those things, whatever you have done or you are trying to do, and then develop those things, and then give a kind of publicity, and then invite them, and then give a pilot testing, then you visit and then have experience, then give your feedback, and accordingly modify what kind of arrangement you did, what kind of facilities you provided, what kind of activities you had planned. Are those activities suitable to them? Are they experiencing them? Are they finding them useful for them? If they are useful, certainly they will tell that thing to others also. And then what Professor Paramita had highlighted, these things can be brought on the technological platforms also, and then feedback, views and reviews of the people who had visited those areas could be taken, and that will basically encourage other people also to visit those areas. And then if this kind of model is successful, it can be brought on a mass scale also. Further, it can be scaled up, and for that purpose you can involve the funding agencies, investors also, because if you are doing something at your own level with your funding, with your own funding, with your own resources, and then that is successful and people are liking it and would like to visit that area, that can be further expanded and then scaled up, and then also more such places could be developed. That is a kind of thing that we can be done.
Dr. Sharma, a lot of digital and online applications in tourism sector are also giving a boost to entrepreneurship in the sector. What are the opportunities for budding entrepreneurs in this area?
In fact, budding entrepreneurs, they can first do a kind of research or comparative analysis of the existing or available applications or softwares, whatever they have, and then identify the
call,
weaknesses.
Let us take a call.
Yes, I think we can take. Yes, come up, please.
Identify the weakness.
Could you be a bit louder, please?
Yes, come up, please.
Hi, sir. Very good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes, please tell your name.
This is Abhishek from Khet Camp, Greater Noida.
Okay, yes, this Khet Camp, Mr. Abhishek, you are from Greater Noida. Is it Mr. Abhishek?
So it's a venture, my own venture at Greater Noida. I am an alumni for IGNOU too. And basically, it's a very good opportunity for entrepreneurship in tourism. It's an adventure village where a lot of activities, fun as well as adventure activities are there. It's based at Greater Noida, suitable for family, friends, and college and school outing. A good place to free yourself from the daily routine.
Yes, thank you, Abhishek. In fact, Abhishek is
we do offer food as well as village activities, adventure activities, all clubbed together.
Very nice.
Yes. So it's a good to know that you are doing a kind of startup in the field of tourism, and this is a unique startup in rural areas, particularly in a village setting. He has set up adventure activities and also different kind of other activities he has done.
Yes, I believe that what Mr. Abhishek has done is similar to what we call as, he has created a rural setup which is more like a rural resort kind of a thing. Like if you think of it, it is similar to a rural setup but very close to urban area. So he is giving the people of urban areas a feel of the rural things within a limited travel distance, and the activities are also mostly related to the rural setup. So, and I believe Mr. Abhishek is a student of IGNOU, that he is an MTTM student of IGNOU, and that makes it even more special that a student of IGNOU has started a venture which is very true to his studies. He has done a master's in tourism management, and he has started his venture in the same area. And I'm not aware how long the venture he has been running. I hope his venture is doing very well, and I wish him all the best.
Yes, in fact, this kind of ventures many other students of IGNOU might be doing, because presently people living in urban areas, they are trying to take some break from their routine hectic schedule, and they would like to visit the nearby places, not going far away. In that context, this is a very good initiative in a Greater Noida area only, which is very close to Delhi NCR, and he is giving a different kind of adventure activities feel also, along with the rural setting of a village. That's a good thing, I think.
And I believe it is something which all of us should at least try out once.
Yes.
He has tried to be innovative in his initiative. May I just add to it, Mr. Sharma, that we do have other students of IGNOU who are also working in the field of tourism. One such student is a PhD scholar of our school, Dr. Udyamita Khawas. I remember that she was a student of our PhD program way back in 14-15, and the girl at that point also was trying to do some work in the field of tourism. She was very entrepreneurial in her behavior. During the time of COVID, she was one of the home chefs who was started a venture in the area of being a home chef. But her primary area is about walks. As you are aware, we have 2-3 types of walks that take place. Like we have a heritage walk in which somebody takes you around the heritage places. Then we have the modern present day walks, as well as food walks. Dr. Udyamita Khawas has a company registered to her name. Initially, when she started it in 2016-17, she started her job as a tour guide by doing it as a hobby, and she started it because she wanted to do something in the field of tourism along with her studies. It was a part of her PhD research also to travel and collect the data. And she started through Facebook and through social media. She promoted herself as a tour leader. She worked with something called Sahapedia, who gave her walks in Chandigarh. And she had a domain name to herself, which was called Walk Around India, which she had in 2017. And she started with 2 employees in 2017 with a digital presence on the social media, and she grew from there. Today, at this point of time, she has a company in partnership with a Spanish architect. The company now that she runs is architectural company, and it is when she initially started the company had a gross turnover of 50,000 per year, per annum. And I'm very proud to say that I came to know from her today that now her turnover has crossed 50 lakhs per annum, and hopefully by the end of this year, like 24-25, she looks forward to having a turnover of almost 1 crore. So that goes to show that being a tourism professional has also helped her, as she tells me that due to her PhD in tourism, she has been able to add a lot more layers and levels to her work. And it is at this point of time, the company is called Walk Around India Architectural Travel Guide. That is Walk Around India ATG, Architectural Travel Guide, sorry. And Dr. Udyamita Khawas is traveling to various travel marts across the globe. I believe she is traveling to Berlin Travel Mart tomorrow, in which she will be presenting her company and company profile. And at the same time, Dr. Udyamita Khawas has also done the tour for Heritage Walk and tour for many VIPs across the globe. And I believe recently she has also been hosting some major technological people from various parts of the globe. And the speciality of her tour is that she ventures in the architectural field of the place. the city, the destination. As Dr. Sharma was saying just a few minutes back, you need to identify the gap and then go for it. We have many heritage walkers across the country, people who take you for heritage walks. So she had to create a niche for herself, and she specialized only in heritage walks. So she takes you for heritage walks in the various cities of the country, be it Chandigarh, Jaipur, Udaipur, Pondicherry, Delhi, Lucknow, any place across the country with heritage monuments. She will take you for that spatial tour and tell you the architectural aspects of it. And that is the reason her partner is an architect, a Spanish lady who is an architect with vast experience in that. And they also publish a lot of articles and information on this architectural tours of the country. So I believe she is also one of the success stories of tourism, innovation and entrepreneurship. And it is really a proud moment for the school and the university that she has done her PhD and her studies from our university.
Really, it is good to know that IGNOU students are doing
Yes, we have
wonderful
Mr.
innovations
Abhishek
and
and
startup. Abhishek is an example, and you have given an example of startup. This kind of initiatives need to be taken up by the IGNOU students, because there are, I think, ample opportunities for different other subsidiaries innovations and startup in a tourism field, because it may not be that particular you are doing something very core kind of startup or innovation in the tourism sector. You may be doing something improvement in the existing one. For example, you gave the heritage walk. There are variety of number of heritage walk places, but how you can make difference, what kind of difference you are making, what kind of innovative changes or modifications you are doing, so that it is useful or suitable to the people. So that is required. In fact, another example of accommodation is also very important example in that context, because different kind of accommodations are being created suitable to the people's need. And then I gave an example of a village setting or rural setting. They are also to give them a feel of like how the people are living in the villages. The similar kind of accommodations are being tried, and so
yes, there is something similar on that ground. When we promote rural tourism, we are also promoting homestays. So homestays are considered to be a norm of also empowering the women, because people will come and stay in the house and hopefully make the payment to the woman. In the case of homestays, if you travel to a rural setup, or even in an urban, semi-urban setup, you stay in one room within the family's house and you interact with the family, learn about the culture of that place through the interaction with the family. And in the case of homestays and in the case of rural tourism,
I think there is a call from somewhere, so we can take a call.
Yes, surely.
Yes, please. Is call there still? Can we connect to that person, or we can continue? I think you can continue in the meantime.
So in the case of homestays, even the government is helping you create more homestays by giving you support. We have seen that certain schemes are there. In the case of, yes, I believe the call is there. Yeah, please.
There is a call, please.
Yes, please.
Yes, please continue. Call what you want to say.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yes, come up, please. Tell your name and then ask your question.
Hello?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Could you please state your name?
Dr. Avita.
Oh,
Good.
This is one of our entrepreneurs I was talking about. Good to have you here, Dr. Avita. So, Dr.
I'm
Avita,
good, ma'am. I'm good.
So, tell me, Avita, how are things in your entrepreneurial venture right at this point of time? What can you share with us about your entrepreneurial venture?
Ma'am, things are going good step by step, and I was watching your show since the beginning, and you have very aptly said two things: that finding out the gap, take a risk, and create a path by yourself. So whatever I have done, or maybe little bit whatever I have achieved, it actually fits into what you have already said in a very systematic way. So yes, architecture tourism, if I personally see 5 years back, they didn't exist. Even if you talk about architectural tourism or architecture tours, no one actually bothers about. So yes, slowly and gradually we are trying to create a niche in ourselves and become the first architectural travel company of India. That is our goal, probably is, wherein we wanted to showcase the cities, in a very different perspective, for the purpose they have been built, not only the historical and the religious part of it. So that's what our purpose is, and as our company is Architectural Travel Guide, and we focus on art and architecture, both. And this is what we do, and we are happy to announce that we will be participating in the biggest travel platform at the bazaar in the world, the ITB Berlin. So we are proud of that, and besides that, I am very proud of being the IGNOU student, and I have a lot to thank to you and to the IGNOU for providing us that wonderful opportunity to do the PhD. The course curriculum and everything. I'm very grateful the way in which it's been designed. I've also done, to note, my MBA from IGNOU also, besides my master's in tourism.
Would you like to suggest something to our students also, your fellow colleagues?
Yeah.
To go in this direction in the field of innovation and startup? Yeah.
So I would definitely like to suggest that a solid education is always a solid base. In every aspect, that education is the knee. So jitna strong aapka knee hota hai, utna you can do the interiors of the building and grow eventually. So good education is must. Whether you do some skill-based course, whether you do a diploma course, or whatever education you do, it actually reflects. And for example, even when we conduct the tour and we have our prices higher as compared to others, the only thing that creates a difference is our education background, when people see the baggage that we carry. So it really helps. The other thing is that, okay, the world is moving fast and we have enormous opportunities. So you need to sit, you need to try different things and find out in which field you are expert at. So don't be afraid of failing. As ma'am said, I'm good at making biryanis, I'm good at hosting people. So there are lots of things, that didn't match, but they are part of my hospitable personality. So which, that reflects on the tour as well. So our tours are not just architecture tours, they are loaded with the information on food. So ultimately, happy food, happy architecture, happy tour. So it's like that. Again, there are a number of opportunities on digital things, arts and textiles and crafts. So veneer is something that, if anyone is interested, they can do a lot in terms of its promotion. So this is what I think.
So you need to grab opportunities as per your expertise, capabilities and resources.
Absolutely, sir.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Fine. Thank you.
It's so good to hear from you, Abhita. Dr. Abhita,
Thank you,
I wish you all the best. Like she was saying, and you were also talking about the innovation and in the information combination of that, both of them. It just struck me that a couple of days back I had seen a video in which a company in Greece has created an app in which they have put together all the ferries that go through in that Greece area. And I realized that in India we have many such small cities which have a lot of ferries but no timetable and app like that. So probably that is also a gap area. Like Avita was saying, in the time of curios and souvenirs, there is also another gap area which is being filled up very fast. We have a tradition of oral tradition. So nowadays when people go to a rural setup or they go to a new destination, they would like to know about that place. So storytelling and sharing of folklores are also becoming a very specialized activity. So people go to listen to the stories and the folklores there. So there are so many areas and gaps. You just need to apply your mind and find the passion and go for it.
In fact, one gap area which I can tell you, when we are planning to go to certain place, we would like to know in advance what we can do there, what are the precautions to be taken care, what we should do, not do, and then what are the facilities there and how to go. Earlier, this all information was available mainly through text material, but now you might have seen a number of YouTube bloggers and others are available. You just search any place, you will find number of actual experience based kind of stories that how you can plan your that particular tour. So that is also area.
So they are known as social influencers.
Social influencer, I can say, rather than influencer, a supporter also, because they are a great support to a person who is visiting first time to a particular place, because they have fair idea what all is possible there.
You are very right, sir, and they are not just very helpful to us, they are also very helpful to the property that they are promoting. Like at this point of time, if you see the social media, you will see that most of them are promoting smaller properties around bigger cities. That come here and visit this resort just outside of Mumbai, just outside of Pune, just outside of Bangalore, just outside of Delhi. So in this manner, they are actually helping both you and me, the travelers, as well as the host or the property owners. So it's a very interesting area.
So now we are in the last part of our session. So before winding up, Dr. Sharma, would you like to say anything?
I would like to say simply one thing, like if you have a passion, if you have interest in doing something innovatively, as per your expertise and the available resources, just take first initiative. Come up with the idea and then find out the innovative solution, maybe in a tourism or any other sector also. And we at the National Center for Innovation, Destination Education, we are ready to incubate you, guide you, support you and mentor you with the help of our experts from different schools of studies. So come up with ideas, do innovation, and think for the startups, entrepreneurship. That I would like to say.
Professor Paramita, anything briefly you would like to say?
Yes, I would like to add to it that it is not just that you have to come up with a passion. Many a times you need to practice a lot of patience as well when you follow your passions. And at the same time, there are many schemes and government opportunities in the form of investment that are being provided to new startups, and you may always look them up or go to the ministry to support your vision. So we are here to help you, and the schemes and investment opportunities are also there. You just need to come up with the idea.
Thank you so much. Before winding up, we would like to thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Professor Nageshwar Rao, and Honorable and respected Pro Vice Chancellor, Sir, Kiran Hazarika ji, for their guidance and support. I would also like to thank our experts who joined in for today's session, the viewers of course, and EMPC for their back-end support. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.